Mooloolaba Community Centre in Mooloolaba, and today we're launching our Learning Our Way kits that were created by the parents that attend our Kids Caring for Country program.
These are our kids. And I wonder if we should have a table where we've just got a kit.
Our group's Kids Caring for Country, and it's a playgroup / culture group that meets every Wednesday afternoon at Mooloolaba Community Centre, where the kids learn dancing and language and cultural things.
It started as a cultural play group because in the beginning it was just me bringing a blanket and some food from home, and just whatever parents bringing, like whatever Aboriginal stories they had or language that they knew from their family. Dennis come along and taught us the dances that he knew. Deirdre come and taught us the songs and dances that she knew.
I've been taught ever since I was young by big brothers, uncles. I'm originally from North Stradbroke Island, and I'm married to a Fingal woman, and that's how I came to be down this way.
And I've also been doing dance and language for probably 10 to 15 years. And so, she wanted someone to teach the girls dancing and the women.
It was really hard to find.
Yeah, spirit. It's a cry from your spirit. It's from your heart, your soul. It's just something you don't get in mainstream education. You don't get it in mainstream music. You don't get it in mainstream storytelling.
So we found that, most Aboriginal parents really connected over that real longing to have their children learn culture early and to connect with them through learning it too. Like, a lot of us didn't grow up learning language or dance. We might have watched it or heard it or seen it, but it was never something that we physically got to do. So doing that with your child is so beautiful and so special, it's really hard to describe.
Originally for mothers and children, babies. But it's, like I said, it's caught on so much. A lot of these big ones have come along too, so getting a lot out of it.
I've been learning dances and new dances and stuff like that. Just helps culture, basically.
You go and wait over with it. No, you go and wait over there, darling. Don't get off and I'll go and get it.
I'm Aubrey Cora. I'm 15. I've been doing it for about a year now. We started when we went on this camp. We didn't even really know what we was going to be doing, and then we started dancing and that, and we just kept going from there. Really, just because it's all just got to do with culture and that, and I'm all about just learning as much as I can about culture.
I'm Isabel.
And I'm Lani.
And we've been coming here for about a year now?
Yeah,
a year.
I feel a bit lost if I don't know a certain amount. And when I don't get to dance, and I just get drained and stuff like that. So I need it to rejuvenate me, sort of thing. So yeah.
I think it helps a lot with our spirit, and you dance with your heart and your spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've really grabbed a hold of it. They haven't had a chance to really experience any culture in the past. So at first it was a shame barrier thing that you had to break through, but once that was broken down, it was just hungry for more and more and more. They love the culture, as you can tell. So as long as we keep giving it to them, learning it, because it is their birthright, as a original person from this land. Yeah? So they need to know it in order to know where they come from and identify with it.
Well, without it, it'd be pretty boring other than learning maths and all of that. And you get to learn different things like boomerang throwing and spear throwing.
All you have to do is have a go, and it's fun. You learn all this Aboriginal culture stuff that you won't learn anywhere else, and it feels really fun and really good because like I said, you could pass it on to your little ones and then they could pass it on. Yeah, just goes through.
I just love coming here to, do my culture, and that's just, it's something that I have a passion for now, and something I want to keep doing for just, the rest of my life, I guess. And
I just like getting together with the boys, like Jordan and Aubrey, just coming to the group and that, because we just get to talk about what but we get to doing that and we do some pretty good dances.
That's good for the boys to have a strong male role model such as Dennis. And learning, plus his wife Gam, she teaches the girls how to do the dancing, and that's important too because then we learn how to do the women business, and that brings the young girls up into be strong women.
So hello, my name's Jara and I'm 2. Your name Jara? Yeah, bring it back. It's good, and then from about 10 or 15 of us has created now a big, beautiful dance troupe.
So the Women's Centre approached me and said, oh, we'd like to support your playgroup. Out of that, quite a number of projects have happened. We had our Strong Family, Strong Culture camp, which was a 5-day camp we had earlier in the year, where we did workshops around domestic violence and child protection and strategies to keep our families and our communities safe and strong. And then from there we just got stronger and decided we wanted to do more, and the parents wanted to put out these little learning kits because we found that our kids were really engaging with learning when we made it about culture, because it was really something that was just theirs, that they were learning. And because we were learning alongside them, it wasn't intimidating. It was something we didn't quite know yet. We don't know those words. We're just learning those words. So we're on the same level as our kids. So we approached PACE and said, look, we really want to do this parent engagement project. And they said, yeah, go for it. And so the parents formed a committee and started making these resources, which we've just launched to the community today.
I'd just like to welcome you here today to beautiful Nundawal Minjambul country, and thank our ancestors and our elders past and present for this beautiful land that we have the privilege of standing on. And we're here today to launch our Learning Our Way kits, which is really exciting for us. So there's a booklet in there that talks about how we got started and the intention of the kit, which was to help families, you know, parents sit down and better relate to their children and spend time with their children, either doing homework or just creating songs and poems and stories. And what better way to do it than with some language and learn your language at the same time and share that with your children. So it was mainly about, you know, creating family time and around language. Now we've got flashcards of 20 words with the English on one side and the Bunjalung, the Nundawal Yugambeh on the other side. And then we've got some booklets like demonstrations of writing stories of few of the children in our group that have written little stories using the language and the English.
My name is Yadakai. I am 6 years old. These are my body parts. I have a bung bung, brain to learn. I have a doggo heart and young liver. I love my family because they cheer me up when I am jittery upset. They help me when I am stuck on homework. Even my 4-year-old brother tries to help. Oh, sorry for the Yabby. I wundi. And I make sure I don't get Charlie. In the rainforest there was a Nauma, which means goanna. And my Binyong dad and my dad's Banam brother got chased by the Gomai, Big, Namal, Goanna.
We hope it will inspire other Jarjums to write stories, songs and poems, and that other groups and families might be inspired to create their own learning resources at home too.
I was the cultural officer, so I kind of liaised between Lara and some of the older aunties, the elders that have the language and know the language, and just liaise between them with the wording and where it comes from. And
we collected stories from the community around parenting and community, because part of what we do in the group is this cultural parenting or group or community parenting. So we thought it'd be nice to write about how really our children are parented by the whole community, aunties and uncles and grandparents and community members that do a lot to help too.
And I wrote something in there as well about being a grandmother. It's a little grandson.
My involvement in the kit as a committee member was to help with parents to put ideas in and what worked and what wouldn't work. And I wrote a story myself about me and my 3 boys, like being a single parent and having 3 boys and what it's like.
I just want to say that these kits have been totally put together by the parents. So from the artwork that's been done by Danielle. We've done all of the cover artwork and the illustrations, and also the illustrations on the flashcards, the bags, and even in 2 of the stories.
It's good because I get to share it with my son when he grows up and goes to school, because he's not actually at school yet. Yeah, and my nieces and nephews who are also coming up, and teaching them what we know, in our hearts and that, as well as share it like this, just ourselves, get out there like everyone else, but for blackfellas.
All of the beautiful photography has been done by Azaria.
I'd only just come across the camera, so it was great fun to play with it. And the guys were really...
We loved it.
Instead of bringing in outside experts or bringing in agencies or organisations to deliver things to our families, our parents are delivering these programs, so we're empowering them and we're employing local people, not necessarily in positions in organisations, but to work with their own communities and work with their own families. So I think that's quite a different approach, and it's a very empowering and self-determined approach.
Realising amongst us we had our own photographer, we had our own artist, realising that just how amazing us mums were. We've got our own dancers, we've got our own babysitters, we put the money back into the kids that are old enough to do the sitting and getting everyone. It's just the most amazing adventure to be a part of on this coast.
Be patient and let them do as much of the creating as possible, giving gentle suggestions to help them along. They will be proud of the story you have created, and they could spend time illustrating
Well,
it.
I'm hoping that the parents will sit down with their children and get enjoyment out, and they'll learn the language and be able to speak it, and take the time to do some writing or play some games. There's activities and that in the books too that you can do, so it increases children's literacy and comprehension and being able to talk, and so it's got other skills that can come along with that.
Having the kits done is really empowering as a mother and as a community, just to have the confidence, giving other parents the confidence to do what we're doing and sharing what we're sharing. And
Just really broke my heart how I've seen a lot of kids struggling with reading and writing, and where they are our future, and I think that's plays a really important part in their life. Of course, the education-wise side of things.
And we decided to run workshops at schools so that parents would come into the schools and feel like school was a really culturally supportive place. We had a team of 15 other Aboriginal parents that have been trained up in literacy and workshop facilitation to really make those parents feel comfortable, and the kids too, and so that those parents would feel empowered to come into schools and really get involved in their child's education, but on their terms and using their culture.
First of all, I'd like to start off by acknowledging all the original owners of this country. All the Banjalang mob, all the Minjang Bull mob, all the Narakwal mob. And we'd like to say thank you to all the mob there, all past and present. Okay? All the mob that own this land.
It's really, really important to have community connected and have families connected, and to show that school isn't about this place and these fences. It's about relationships and about people coming together. Parents are the first and foremost teachers of kiddies, and we're in a partnership together, so it's just gorgeous to have them here today. About 35% of our kiddies are Indigenous families, so it works out just over 100 kids in the school, and from a number of families, and some are on country and some have come in from other areas.
Trying to track down all these fellas, their own stuff, not just mine. We're just using this stuff so we can roll. In the process, we're trying to find their language, their law, their song and dance, their old stories, so that they can do the same thing with their. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle that's been smashed, and we're just trying to put it back together. And there's parts missing even. So that's how hard it is. But slowly but surely, like the adults are pretty much set in their ways now with a lot of the stuff that's going on with society and all the stuff that you have to do. So it's up to the kids now. Try to teach them kids all the song and dance, and then they can keep it alive.
Would any of these kids like to have a go at the dancing? Okay, then all the kids that want to jump
Like
up.
half of them said no, and then more than half jumped up, I think. Yeah, so it was good. Good response.
Your feet have to move with the clap sticks. Very good. Excellent. Okay, get your arms out now. Flap, flap, flap.
They were really engaged, really engaged. They loved the dancing and they listened to the stories, and it's something that they're thirsty for. They really hunger for language and for culture, and to be able to be Aboriginal and Indigenous in school and out of school, and the school values that.
And it's good for the people that, they're not Aboriginal, that they can know,
That's what I want to do with these kids. Get them doing their own stuff. Making them strong in their own country. Because my kids come from down this way too. So as long as they're strong doing it, they can defend it and hold on to it.
I think it's really important to acknowledge that this project has been self-determined, and that the parents have identified what the barriers are for them for engaging with education, and what some of the solutions or ways forward might be, and then they've just had that power to then decide what projects might help bridge those gaps.
And say farewell to you all. In our language for goodbye, we say you way. You way. Yo, calling in the name, Malayo, Angana Barden, Angana Malayo. Me hum the jammo berana, darring and dana me, darring and dana me hum the jammo berana, darring and dana me, the jammo berana, darring and dana me hum the jammo berana, kayaman marangai, kayaman marangai, jagon gon ganyon go. Kayaman marangai, jagon gon ganyon go. Kayaman marangai, jagon gon ganyon go. Darang and daname, I'm the jammo berona. Darang and daname, the jammo beron. Yeah. Your way. Thank you.